YouTube. This is Erica, Coach Honeylove. I'm so excited to be here with you today. I wanted to come on here and encourage you when it comes to dating. It's important for you to know that when a man is serious, you should be able to feel how he feels about you, and he is definitely going to show it. So, earlier today, I actually saw two videos where a woman was talking to her father, and her father had said that you deserve better. And the woman was crying, and she had said that I had wanted him to become a better man while she was with him. And it sounded like that they had broke up. And so this is such a relatable story when it comes to wanting to be with a man who is not treating you right. You may have seen red flags. He may have been lying to you, being inconsistent. He may have ghosted you. He may have shared or told you excuses after excuses, and you have just gotten tired of it, and you may have broken up with him, or you may have wanted to break up with him, but yet you remain with him because you hope one day he's going to change. You hope that he is actually going to be a better person. Hey, Wendy. And so when it comes to that, this is one of the reasons why I encourage single ladies to be with a man that is serious minded and who is marriage minded, and a man who shows you consistencies that are a lot of green flags and not any red flags. And so, as a woman, it's important for you to know your dating standards. It's important for you to know the qualities that you want in a man, and for you to have certain conversations with him to truly get to know him, and not to give a man so much of your time where you get into a relationship and then you discover that he is not who you think he is. But if you were to have certain conversations with him, you would have known that he wasn't that person. And I love sharing with ladies, please don't go with the flow with the man. I'm going to say it again. Please do not go with the flow with the man, because you are going to keep on flowing, right? So you need to basically have your marks, 30-day marks, 60-day marks, 90-day marks, the type of conversations you want to have with the man, the way that he should treat you, the way that you want to feel. Like, those things are going to be definitely important. So when it comes to your dating journey, you have to stick to your dating standards. You have to stick to your boundaries. You have to stick to the experiences that you want to have. And how will you know that you are connecting with him? And so if you are with a man and he's not treating you the way you want to be treated, like, don't think like, oh, if I just stick in there a little longer, maybe he's going to change his mind. No, it's time to have a conversation. It's time to have a conversation and to ask him, what did he mean by what he said? Or what did he mean by the thing that he did? Because if it's making you feel that uncomfortable, if he is showing you those amount of red flags, it's time to have a conversation, and it's important for you to be with the man that you can see a future with. It is important. I'm going to say this again. It's important for you to be with a man that you can see a future with. If you can't see a future with him and you say to yourself, he's good for right now, that's not the objective, especially if you are a woman who is dating with a purpose. If you're a woman dating with a purpose, you need to stick to your standards and to say, you know what, I'm not liking the way he's treating me. Maybe we need to have a conversation, or maybe I need to make a decision. So the second thing I had seen today was a single live show where a woman had brought on the guy that she was with, and she had wanted to ask the host to ask him if he had wanted to be with her in front of thousands of people. So the host asked him, do you want to make her your woman? And he had said, yeah, at first. So they continued the conversation. The woman described the type of relationship that they were having. And she said that she loved him on live in front of thousands of people. So the host asked the man, "Do you want to be with her?" And he said, "No, like I have certain things that I want to handle, and I don't want to feel forced to be with a woman." And I was blown away. Number one, that she took him on live. Sorry about that. Number two, that he said that he didn't want the woman to make him feel like she was in control of the situation. But here's the thing is that she's the one that took him on live in front of thousands of people. For her to ask him, did he want to be with her? See, when a man treats a woman a certain way behind closed doors, when a man treats a woman a certain way over the phone, when a man treats a woman a certain way on dates, and it reaches a certain point by 60 days or 90 days that he doesn't want to take her around his family, his friends, or to make her his woman, that's a problem. Especially being a woman that is dating with a purpose for marriage, by day 60, day 90, you should know if he wants to be in a relationship with you. And if he isn't growing, if he isn't making himself a better man based on his own motives, and if you feel like you have to beg him, if you feel like you have to constantly talk to him, constantly remind him, that could be definitely a problem. And this is why I'm having a masterclass where we are going to be talking about how to have engaging conversations and text messages with a man. And here's why. Because a lot of women, including myself when I was a single woman previously, I remember having surface level conversations, and it's so important to have in-depth conversations. It's so important for you as a woman how to learn how to engage with a man's ego, for you to learn how to ask him questions, even if you have to ask him questions like 2 times, how to ask him questions in order for him to answer. So if you need a certain answer and he's not answering you, that's a problem. Okay. And that could be actually a red flag. Because if you need an answer about, well, tell me about your last relationship. And if you don't mind sharing, like, why did you guys break up? If he doesn't want to answer that question, it's just like, okay, so, you want to see like how he dealt with that. You want to see like how did he process his emotions. You want to see like how does he make you feel when you are having those conversations. So communication is so important. And so as Coach Honeylove, not only do I help singles with their communications when they go out on dates with men, but I also help married couples. So communication is essential, and it's something that you can't just be like, oh, I'll just bypass that. No, like you need to have certain conversations with the man, and you can't go with the flow. And so going back talking about the stories that I had just shared with you previously about the lady who had wanted to be with the man and she wanted him to be better, and she probably felt like, oh, if I just give him another chance, if I just be with him, if I just let him know that I'm going to stick it out, if I just let him know that I can prove myself to be the best woman that he needs, if I just show him that I could be a ride or die. No, ma'am. Or for the other lady to take her friend on live to ask him how does he feel about her and if he wants to be in a committed relationship with her, and for him to say, oh, I'm going through things with the court system. What that got to do with her, with another woman? What does that's an excuse. So if a man is making an excuse, if a man isn't showing you good character qualities, initiative, honesty, consistency, showing up, and all of these things, if he's not showing you those things, it could be very well that he is not serious minded. He is not ready. It does not make him a bad person. It just maybe he needs to do some more work. And you as a woman, you have to decide, Are you willing to wait for him to change and for him to become a better man? But if it's your goal to be with the man who knows how to love you, treat you, respect you, and to make you feel that you are compatible, that you share your same values, you share the same morals, and all of those things, if that is what you want, and you feel like God is telling you to wait on him, that's one thing. But if you're not feeling like God is telling you that this is your future husband, like, again, it may not be that he's a bad man. He just may need to work on himself, and he has more work to do. But as a woman that's positioning herself as a wife and being with the man who knows how to love you, cherish you, treat you right, and all of those things, there are certain qualities that you need, okay? And that is for sure a man who is serious minded, a man who is marriage minded, a man who will confess his love for you, a man who will remind you how he feels about you, remind you how you make him feel. Okay? Like when he does those things, you could possibly have your future husband on your hands. So if you feel like he needs to become a better man and you want to stick it out, that's your choice and that's your business. But what I'm saying is that a man who is motivated to be with you, he automatically wants to become a better man. He wants to become a better man. He wants to fix himself. And if there are certain things that you need to fix about you, if there are certain things that you need to address about you, be willing to be a woman and step up to the plate and make those changes as well as he makes those changes. But please don't beg a man to be with you. Don't beg a man to be in a committed relationship with you. Don't beg a man to become someone that he is not. What did Maya Angelou say? She said, when a man show, no, she didn't. She said, when someone shows you who they are, believe them. So when a man shows you who he is, okay, believe him. All right. So I hope that this live encouraged you and helped you to self-reflect and that you were able to get some dating tools out of this, right? And so one of the number one dating tools I want you to get out of this is emotional intelligence. And that is know your dating standards, live your dating standards, and for you to know when a man wants to be with you, he's going to show it, he's going to confess it, and he's going to pursue you. So stop making excuses for a man who is indecisive. Stop making excuses for a man who can't show up for you because a husband shows up. A man, a serious minded man, he shows up. He's not a little boy. He don't have time for games. He don't want to play with your heart. He don't want to give you a free headache or a free heartache. He wants you to know that you are the most special woman in his life. He wants you to know, I want you to be mine. Because the qualities and the values that you bring, he knows he has to have you in his life. And he doesn't want to pass you up. Matter of fact, if he can see a future with you, he wants to make you his wife within time. But as far as like trying to convince a man and making excuses for him and saying, oh, I want him to become a better man and I want him to become a better man with me. But if he's not becoming a better man for himself, sweetheart, what makes you think that he wants to become a better man for you? So I know the heartache. I know the pain. I know the headache. And I was with a guy for 4 years, 4.5 years of my life. And we were in a relationship. And I had asked him, so, what are your plans for me in the future? Or would you like to get married? And he said no so quick, he didn't even have to think about it. How do you think I felt? I felt devastated that I had given 4.5 years of my life to a man that did not want to make a lifetime commitment with me. But I'm glad he said no, because then within a year I left him. And within 3 years, I got a couple of degrees. I went on my healing journey, my transformation journey. I asked the Lord to heal my heart, and that's exactly what He did. I wrote down the qualities that I had wanted in a man, and not only that, I lived my dating standards. I didn't settle for less. And within those 3 years, my husband found me, and I positioned myself as a wife. And so I share that as an encouraging testament of what healing looks like, what transformation looks like, what living your dating standards looks like. And for God to have sent a man who loves me, who cherishes me, who respects me. I love him, I respect him, and he is serious minded. Matter of fact, the first day that we met, he asked me so many different questions about my goals, what I wanted, and where did I see my life going. And I'm glad he asked me those things. You want to know why? Because I knew that he was serious instead of, just dating a guy who just wanted to have fun. Okay, we can have fun later, okay? We can have kiki and laugh and smile all day long. But when it comes to relationships, when it comes to marriage, this is serious. And communication is so important. Emotional and intelligence is so important. Being able to pray and ask God to show you who a man is, sweetheart, is going to be so important. So as you position yourself as a wife, as you position yourself as a wife who has those dating standards, who loves God, who wants to date a man who is marriage minded, who is husband material, okay? Like, he's going to want to get to know you. He's going to ask you questions and so many different things, right? So if you are interested in my next masterclass, how to have engaging conversations and text messages with a man, you need to sign up. And I'm not telling you that just to be telling you that. I'm not telling you that just to get a sale. No, I'm telling you that because I care. I'm telling you that because I want to see you in a fulfilling dating experience and hopefully you to be in a fulfilling marriage. That's what I want for you, right? Because so many ladies feel like they're by themselves and they're not getting the support that they need. And I want you to know, in the Honey Love Dating Academy, you are going to get the support that you need, right? So think about it and click on the link and join my next masterclass, okay? So my name is Erica and I help single women position themselves as wives. I give them the dating tools that they need to go on fulfilling dates and for them to date a marriage-minded man that wants to become their future husbands, okay? That's what Honey Love Dating Academy is all about. And I know the dating challenges. I know the challenges that you can go through as a woman. And I share real life stories just as I have done here today. So be encouraged, be inspired, and have dating success. I'll talk to you later. Take care.